Next we have Lucy Biederman. She has a poem in Smartish Pace. Her poem, A Consecutive Sentence, was selected for the second place for the 5th Annual Beulah Rose Poetry Prize. One of the judges is here tonight, Claire Banks, picked this poem. I don't know if Lucy knows that. Oh, she does. I'd say buy her a beer, but she's pregnant, so don't buy her a beer. Lucy is an MFA candidate at George Mason University. Her poetry has appeared in Front Porch, Gargoyle, New Delta Review, and Typo. And she comes to us tonight from Fairfax, Virginia. Lucy Biederman.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for picking my poem, Claire, and thanks, Steph. I'm sorry I called you Stephen. I know it now that it's Stephen. Is that right? Stephen? Yeah. Wait. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay. A pastoral. Snapped on the mattress, the sheet takes the sound the oven makes when it turns on. Fairy tale hell, life in a shoe, dog-eared afterworld, where all the unknown names of this state would be revealed. Bird's kettle cry, red as its head would be if it came out of hiding. Brown comb of bush crouched in the gravel lot. Virginia radio rides like a rubber band shot down the highway, segment to segment, picking up minutes to pin the day with, teasing its possibilities into floaters. See, nothing so horrible's happened yet today. A line of cars curls off Route 7. No name for those dusty holes between strip malls, where local nature nuzzles the leftovers of out-of-businesses, or for how the office buildings for miles replay the bare gray poke of their bodies, for miles the tallest thing on the landscape, the songless sound the cars make, filling their hallways, sonaring their indifference out to Winchester, to Culpeper. From the top floor, the 5 o'clock pink light plies a one-way romance with the white peaks of Sears, the Broad Street corridor, before night lays out like a wool hospital blanket. The smell of spilled coffee and mini Snickers. From the top floor, the 8 o'clock black can't dent the building's denture-bright 24-hour day, vending machines trembling, sharp-edged men creased as paper bags. Here are the decision makers. On 66, the sky presses like a dead animal on the dashboard, asking for takers. This is called Domestic Peace. Like a peace, not like the opposite of war. Domestic peace. The onion is high and small tonight. On its night platter, it smudges its glow, as if from behind a scrim. It is white as something scrubbed out by accident. Do you know why it's so roundish and remote? Because it's always turning itself in as it turns away. It's on its way out perpetually, even when it's slung low and present as a Best Buy, inviting direct address, investigation, inquiry, but never really. Its shorted out trails betray frailty. They're meant for no one to trace. The moon is for your dinner. It fell into rings under my knife too easily. I suspect that it's been making trouble with pieces of our house behind our eyes, but it divulges nothing. It is dry and juicy at once, and goes from bitter to sweet in a flash of heat, like no delicacy would. Its inner layers are sealed contracts of outer backing up against itself, facing out. In its dominion, gray, yellow, and blue make a heart of palm-colored white, opaque as a fist. On this planet, there's too little air for us. We are lit but barely by the onion's light, and our mooncakes offer little sustenance. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to read, and this is the one that's in Smartish Pace, and it's called A Consecutive Sentence. The perfume at the party smelled embarrassing. He nodded his head. He didn't want to do much but chronicle in the dark car the day's disappointments. He nodded his head at the party. Women's bosoms breathed human, sour as someone's son's gym shoes. The embarrassing smell of it. He whittled the night down to absolutes. Nod head party. A man like a man bored in a book. Maybe here, he said about the car map, the wall map, rug map, floor map, shower curtain map. The map didn't talk back. No one wanted to think of him saying that to the map. His mind thought private letter ruling. His mind was a disembodied attorney at law. He cast around like the hook into the bin of plush cheapies behind the glass. Precious. The menu didn't have the entree he wanted, the salad. Appetizers are too much, dessert inconceivable. His mind thought equal signs, hyphens crossed out and replaced by dashes, chips. His chair was the color of chocolate buttercream cake. Picture a time-lapse photograph of the frosting wearing away from the arms of the chair. The yellow inside cake bloomed like a sponge, delicious. Many times I took a bite, wanting to taste what I thought I saw. Under the cake was a metal heart shining private I tasted when I ate the cake. He seemed short, thin. His mind thought hyphens changed to dashes, periods. It was always saying things were over. No one wanted to think of him putting on his periods, but then they started to like it, anticipating the hilarious disappointments like a bad team losing. Okay, they said, whatever. When this sentence ends, it will be my choice. His mind thought the longest sentence in the world, laid out along the railroad tracks, heated and trembling, solace in the nubs of its commas, sense in its semicolons, the pause and push of them, period hovering like a horsefly on the next page, the page after that. Him with a teacher at a folk concert at a bar, a youngish woman in a floral skirt. Picture a time-lapse photograph of him in a one-bedroom, getting ready for work, walking to work chop in his suit in a city by the water, sidewalks clean as countertops, holding a hard pumpernickel roll to eat at his desk. Yes is the sound of the hoses of the cleaning crew across the street washing off yesterday, scattering its molecules, polishing its tangibles. No is the sound of his mind thinking equal sign hyphen to dash, rolling the period to the peak of the hills, lifting the period. First a pumpernickel roll, then small as a poppy seed. Over the rise and fall of this day, the next day, the day after that. That's all. Thank you.
They sung, rain down like heaven from the lungs, where I'd keep it from my own.